Hi again. This video is for week 3, day 4. For some reason on the online document, day 5's activity isn't there. I must have forgotten to add that in. So I think there's 2 tasks for day 4, and then I think there's a challenge task as well. So you can spread it out over day 4 and 5. So lucky you. So I'm going to read 3 chapters. September, Jack Will and Mr. Brown's October Precepts, and what you will need to do is create a postcard for your teacher, so either myself or one of the other Year 5 teachers. You need to choose one of the precepts from the online document, so you will need to go online and download that document so that you can have a look at them. And you basically need to write about what it means and like your opinion of it, what it means to you, how you feel about it. Okay? So I'm going to start September. The rest of September was hard. I wasn't used to getting up so early in the morning. I wasn't used to this whole notion of homework, and I got my first quiz at the end of the month. I never got quizzes when Mum homeschooled me. I also didn't like how I had no free time anymore. Before, I was able to play whenever I wanted to, but now it felt like I always had stuff to do for school. And being at school was awful in the beginning. Every new class I had was like a new chance for kids to not stare at me. They would sneak peeks at me from behind their notebooks or when they thought I wasn't looking. They would take the longest way around me to avoid bumping into me in any way, like I had some germ they could catch, like my face was contagious. In the hallways, which were always crowded, my face would always surprise some unsuspecting kid who maybe hadn't heard about me. The kid would make the sound you make when you hold your breath before going underwater, a little sound. This happened maybe 4 or 5 times a day for the first few weeks, on the stairs, in front of the lockers, in the library. 500 kids in a school. Eventually, every one of them was going to see my face at some time, and I knew after the first couple of days that word had gotten around about me, because every once in a while I'd catch a kid elbowing his friend as they passed me, or talking behind their hands as I walked by them. I can only imagine what they were saying about me. Actually, I prefer not to even try to imagine it. I'm not saying they were doing any of these things in a mean way, by the way. Not once did any kid laugh or make noises or do anything like that. They were just being normal, dumb kids. I know that. I kind of wanted to tell them that. Like, it's okay, I know I'm weird looking. Take a look, I don't bite. Hey, the truth is, if a Wookiee started going to the school all of a sudden, I'd be curious. I'd probably stare a bit. And if I was walking with Jack or Summer, I'd probably whisper to them, hey, there's a Wookiee. And if the Wookiee caught me saying that, he'd know I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just pointing out the fact that he's a Wookiee. It took about 1 week for the kids in my class to get used to my face. These were the kids I'd see every day in all my classes. It took about 2 weeks for the rest of the kids in my grade to get used to my face. These were the kids I'd see in the cafeteria, yard time, PE, music, library, computer class. It took about a month for the rest of the kids in the entire school to get used to it. These were the kids in all the other grades. They were the big kids, some of them. Some of them had crazy haircuts. Some of them had earrings in their noses. Some of them had pimples. None of them looked like me. Jack Will. I hung out with Jack in the homeroom. English, history, computer, music and science, which were all the classes we had together. The teachers assigned seats in every class and I ended up sitting next to Jack in every single class. So I figured either the teachers were told to put me and Jack together or it was a totally incredible coincidence. I walked to classes with Jack too. I know he noticed kids staring at me, but he pretended not to notice. One time though, on our way to history, this huge 8th grader who was zooming down the stairs 2 steps at a time accidentally bumped into us at the bottom of the stairs and knocked me down. As the guy helped me to stand up, he got a look at my face, and without even meaning to, he just said, "Whoa." Then he patted me on the shoulder like he was dusting me off and took off after his friends. For some reason, me and Jack started cracking up. "That guy made the funniest face," said Jack as we sat down at our desks. "I know, right?" I said. He was like, "Whoa." I swear I think he wet his pants. We were laughing so hard that the teacher, Miss Roche, had to ask us to settle down. Later, after we finished reading about how ancient Sumerians built sundials, Jack whispered, "Do you ever want to beat those kids up?" I shrugged. I don't know. I'd want to. I think you should get a secret squirt gun or something and attach it to your eyes somehow, and every time someone stares at you, you would squirt them in the face. With some green slime or something, I answered. No, with slug juice mixed with dog pee. Yeah, I said, completely agreeing. Guys, said Mr. Roche from across the room, people are still reading. We nodded and looked down at our books. Then Jack whispered, "Are you always going to look this way, August? I mean, can't you get plastic surgery or something?" I smiled and pointed to my face. Hello, this is after plastic surgery? Jack clapped his hand over his forehead and started laughing hysterically. Dude, you should sue your doctor, he answered between giggles. This time the two of us were laughing so much we couldn't stop, even after Mr. Roche came over and made us both switch chairs with the kids next to us. I just realised I called him Mrs. Roche before, but never mind. Okay, next chapter. Mr. Brown's October Precept. Mr. Brown's precept for October was, "Your deeds are your monuments." He told us that this was written on the tombstone of some Egyptian guy that died thousands of years ago. Since we were just about to start studying ancient Egypt and history, Mr. Brown thought this was a good choice for a precept. Our homework assignment was to write a paragraph, this is what you're going to have to do, about what we thought the precept meant or how we felt about it. This is what I wrote. This precept means that we should be remembered for the things we do. The things we do are the most important things of all. They are more important than what we say or what we look like. The things we do outlast our morality. The things we do are like monuments that people build to honour heroes after they've died. They're like the pyramids that the Egyptians built to honour the pharaohs. Only instead of being made out of stone, they're made out of the memories people have of you. That's why your deeds are like your monuments, built with memories instead of with stone. Okay, and that's August's view on the precept, your deeds are your monuments. So, your activity is to choose a precept from the precept choice cards that are on the document. I'll read some of them out to you. So you've got, it's not enough to be friendly, you have to be a friend. 1, 2. Save the oceans, save the world. Your deeds may be your monuments, but a good joke goes a long way too. Flowers are great, but love is better. 5. All you need is love. Don't try too hard to be cool. It always shows, and that's uncool. 7. Be true to yourself. And 8. Sometimes it's good to start over. So, your task is to, on a postcard, is to write about what you think that means. Okay, to me. Then there are a variety of new precept cards. And you're going to do the same again, except this time you're going to write the postcard, to Mr. Brown, and you're going to write it as August. So you're going to choose one of the precept cards and you're going to write down what you think it might mean to August and how he might feel about it, okay, at this point in the book. So for the second postcard, choose a precept for August and write about what he would think. So you've got, when given the choice between being right or being kind, choose kind. Your deeds are your monuments. Don't do that one because he's already written what he thinks about that. Have no friends not equal to yourself. Fortune favours the bold. No man is an island entire of itself. It is better to know some of the questions than all of the answers. Kind words do not cost much, yet they accomplish much. And what is beautiful is good, and who is good will soon be beautiful. If you're unsure what those mean, maybe ask your parent or carer, or maybe even Google it. have a look online, see if you can figure out what it means if you don't understand. The challenge task then is to explain in detail how the paragraph about the precept, your deeds or your monuments, represents him, his life, and the book so far. So use incidents from the book and what you know of August's character and that of his family, okay, to help you. So he talks about how your deeds are your monuments, so it's like your memories make you who you are, okay, so what sort of things have happened to August, what memories does he have, what experiences does he have that have made him who he is today. That's sort of how I would interpret that. Okay, and I will see you again next week for week 4's.